Hey fantastic people, welcome back to F1ntastic Gaming. You can see we're here with F1 2020 My Team Career Mode episode 6 for the Spanish Grand Prix. Only 2 days before the race weekend, so we don't have much time, but we still have to fill it up. So we're gonna fill it up with the chassis team building, so I think that's gonna help the team and it's gonna make our car better. And now we're forward through time. Before heading to the race weekend, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder. If you haven't seen the previous episode at the Dutch Grand Prix, be sure to check that out. No practice results today. I don't think we need to see practice results anymore. We just need to see what we gain from it, like the resource points. I actually pushed really hard this weekend in practice because I really wanted to get a good amount of resource points. I wanted to push as much as I could and get as many resource points as possible, because no matter how good a driver is, he needs a good team behind him and a good car. So that's why I need a good car behind me, and I'm gonna get a major engine upgrade which costs 1100 resource points. Yeah, 1100 resource points. There are 3 available: the ERS upgrade, the engine power upgrade, and the fuel efficiency. I think the engine power is the most important one because it will just give us raw engine power and just raw speed. So I'm gonna purchase that upgrade, and now our total is gonna go down to 600, which is still enough for another minor upgrade from any of the other departments. Because yeah, I'm just checking that it is developing, that the upgrade is coming through, and I can either get a chassis upgrade or an aero upgrade. I don't think we can get a durability one because I think another durability upgrade is already developing, so we can do 2 at a time. We don't have the facilities for that yet, but yeah, you can see I'm just finding a hard time deciding, but I really think it's more important to go for aero, because the aero has to, compensate for that engine power. It has to be balanced enough, because I don't want to be just, getting so much oversteer or understeer, because I just don't have the air to cope with that engine power. So I'm going to purchase it, and both the upgrades I've purchased now, they're going to be coming in just before the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And yeah, I think these are going to really help us in Azerbaijan. But now we move on straight to qualifying. We've got those upgrades done. Spain is tough on the tire temps, so you do need to be careful that way. So yeah, you need to make sure that the tire pressures are low, and downforce, I think it's better to go for that balanced 6.6 wings. I don't think we need to really play with the downforce. And you can see I'm reducing the tire pressures to the least possible as per normal now, and it's especially important for the front left to make sure you have low tire pressures, because the front left really gets cooked at Spain. So yeah, you need to be careful with that. So now we're going out for our first lap of qualifying, and you can see that if you would have watched other videos, or if you would have played on the F1 2019 game, you would have noticed that that Sector 3 in Spain is different now in F1 2020. Codemasters have updated it, they have spoken to the drivers, and now it's just like it is in real life. You can see someone was coming out of the pits, I think a Renault, I think that was Daniel Ricciardo, but no problem for us. Now we're coming through turns 1 and 2. You have to be careful on the tracking for turn 2, but turn 3, in modern F1 cars with all the downforce and the tires, it's almost flat out. But yeah, it's not completely flat out. Coming through the final corner, you can see we run out of ERS. We put in a 1 minute 17.7, but Bottas a 1 minute 15.8. He is 2 seconds faster than us. So we really need to improve. We're not doing well. So I return to Garage, strap on a new set of soft tires. You can see we go down to P15 with that first lap. So it was not good, but now we're gonna have the delta, and we're gonna be able to see where we need to improve. And so if the delta goes lower, you can see I will push more and I will go faster. We start our second lap of qualifying, low fuel as well to make the car light. But yeah, I really don't want to qualify in a bad position here at Spain, because if you don't get those overtakes done on lap 1, you can't do it anywhere else basically, because at Spain, turn 1 is pretty much your best overtaking opportunity. But coming through the final corners to end our lap, you can see we've got about 3.5 tenths gained, and it puts us up into P9, and we're still in P9, but suddenly it's a race against time, because look at that, we only have 17 seconds left on the clock. You can see I'm pushing so hard through Sector 3. I'm braking late, doing whatever I can, riding the curbs, everything. 7 seconds left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and with 1 second to go, we cross the line and we can start that final lap of qualifying. Qualifying is complete now, and now we're gonna come to the end of the lap, coming through the final corner. Around 3 tenths gained. We're still gaining time now, and coming across the line. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Let's wait for it. I think it's gonna be P9, but it updates to P8. So we qualify in P8, which is pretty good. I think that's really good because we can make some good overtakes at turn 1 in the race. But Carlos Sainz with the McLaren, the home hero, qualifies in P6, which is really good because he's inside the top 6. That's pretty good for him. So McLaren and the home hero are doing well. Let's go to the press interview with Claire. So Claire coming along with that same tagline, but I think it was a relief to see my team's hard work pay off because the team have been working hard. And yeah, I just want to give the credit to the team so that we can boost our claims.
How do you feel this season is going for you? Is the car competitive?
I think the car is fairly competitive. I mean, it's not super competitive, but we are finishing P5, P6, and if I give the credit to the team, I think it's really going to benefit us because remember, this is my team career mode, not the driver career mode, so the team is the most important thing. So if you keep giving credit to the team and you keep benefiting the team, you're automatically going to get benefits yourself. So that's why I think I probably give more credit to the team because it's really a benefit that we need. But now we move on to the race.
The Spanish Grand Prix has been a permanent fixture on the Formula One calendar for over 30 years now, and for good reason. Do you remember Michael Schumacher's absolute dominance here in that rain-soaked Grand Prix in 1996? That day he took his first ever victory for Ferrari, and we've had many more iconic moments since. It's a sellout crowd of 140,000 here today as we await lights out for the 730-metre sprint down to turn 1 of this 2.9-mile racetrack. Overtaking is challenging through these 16 corners, but there's still a lot of high-speed excitement to be found, including the flat-out turn 3 and the terrifying blind right of turn 9. Now, Anthony Davidson, I wonder, might we be in for some early pit stops today from the midfield teams, all trying to put some pressure on or disrupting things for the leaders up front?
If you're in the middle of the pack, you know, you got your own race to run, I don't think they're going to be thinking about causing trouble up front. However, closer to the head of the pack, don't be surprised to see some split strategies. If you're running second and third, for example, bringing one car in for an undercut while leaving the other one out there longer can put a lot of pressure on the leader and maybe force them into an error.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Vettel, Alexander Albon, and Sainz, Leclerc, Falcon, Ricciardo, and Lando Norris. Raikkonen, Ocon, Sergio Perez, and Stroll, Gasly, Giovinazzi, Kevin Magnussen, and Jordan King. Russell, Grosjean, Latifi, and Daniel Kvyat completes the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Let's get straight into the race strategy. So it's going to be softs to mediums as per usual. I don't want to put too much fuel in the car, but I don't want to underfuel the car either because I want to be able to run in rich mix and to get some good overtakes done. But I think we're going to be coming in on lap 6 to get off these soft tires. But now we go to 5 red lights and it's lights out and away we go. It's okay after traction as usual, but look at that, using the overtake mode, using that good boost that we get. But we're kind of getting sandwiched in the middle. We're going to have to go to the middle, I think, because Sainz blocking the inside line, but in the brake zone, I swerve a little and I go down the inside of Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc trying to get back at me at turn 3. You can see we're side by side with the Ferrari, but we use the overtake mode and we kind of squeeze him out a little bit. But now Sainz trying to get that move back done. He wants to be in P6. It's his home Grand Prix. He wants to be up there. He squeezes us to the edge of the track. But now coming through turn 5, we go down the inside. It's the preferred line. It's a better racing line, and we get the job done. But right now we're in P6. We couldn't overtake Alexander Albon at turn 1 because we didn't have any space. But look at this battle. What an amazing battle. I think that looks really great, me against Carlos Sainz in the McLaren. You can see he just got on the curb, and yeah, he just lost traction there. So he has to give up that position now, and we are up into P6 as I mentioned before. Coming through turn 9. It's a beautiful corner. I really love turn 9 because it's flat out, you know, it needs a lot of bravery, and yeah, almost flat out actually, but yeah, I just really enjoy it. Coming through turn 10. I closed up to the AI a lot in that braking zone. You're gonna see that later. But now we move on to lap 2. So Carlos Sainz wants revenge. He wants that P6 in his home Grand Prix. He wants to finish as high as he can. But going around the outside, we defend the inside line. He goes around the outside. We brake late and we squeeze him out at the exit of turn 2. Come through at the exit of turn 1. Sorry, coming through turn 2 and turn 3 now. And here's an important radio message from Jeff.
We'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in our strategy. Pit window will open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps.
And here's another important one.
Okay, we're monitoring somewhere on the ICE. Be aware that we will start to see a loss of power.
I'm having issues with the tires because they're wearing out, but now I'm having issues with the engine as well. You can see I'm having engine wear, but look at that, Carlos Sainz using the overtake mode to get alongside us. Look at that, he's using so much energy. We're using a little bit as well, but not as much. But going into turn 1, we brake late, but we're still side by side. He makes a bit of contact. We give him enough space, but he doesn't back out at all. He actually goes faster. We give him so much space, but yeah, we're back up into P6 now. But Charles Leclerc attacking Carlos Sainz as well, but Carlos Sainz coming into turn 4, he tries to go for a move on us a little bit down the inside, attacking us a little bit there, but it doesn't work out for him. But now the yellow flags behind us, green flags and yellow flags, it's getting a bit mixed up. You can see there's a huge gap behind me and Carlos Sainz is going down the order. I think Carlos Sainz is retired. You can see in the bottom left corner the McLaren is slowing down. Pit window opens lap number 5. But yeah, massive issue for the home hero. Look at that, his engine blown up, his engine's blown up, his engine is smoking, there's smoke coming out of his engine. Really sad for the home hero. He was in with a good chance for a good position in the race, and he makes contact with an AlphaTauri. So yeah, you can see Carlos Sainz is out of the session. The safety car is deployed, so Carlos Sainz's retirement has deployed the safety car. You can see we're slowing right down to match that delta so that we don't get a penalty. But the safety car has come out once again in our My Team career. I don't know how many times it happened before, but I'm pretty sure in the few episodes that we've had, this is pretty common now, the safety car. But yeah, coming through the final few corners, we're going to come into the pits because that is as per normal. We're going to gain even more now because we're under the safety car period. And yeah, this is pretty much a normal pit stop window, so we won't gain too much, but we will gain a little bit of time, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, my teammates in the pits as well, we're double stacking, but since he's so far behind, I don't think that's going to be an issue. Just coming down the pit lane here. We're in P7 because someone hasn't pitted, I think. But yeah, it's a pretty good stop for us, 2.4 seconds, seeing that it's a season 1 of our My Team career. And the pit stops are that fast, so that's really good to see. Coming out of the pit lane, it's a good gap to Ricciardo behind. Ricciardo's behind, so Ricciardo's jumped Charles Leclerc in the pits, so Ferrari having some bad pit stops there. Not that good for them, but Daniel Ricciardo in the Renault is right behind us now. And yeah, we're just coming out of the pit lane, these fresh tires. You can see the ICE is wearing out, so we are losing some engine power. Moving to a little bit later on lap number 6, you can see we catch up to the safety car queue right behind Alexander Albon. And now lap number 7. You can see I'm just checking the race director because I'm still in P7. I was meant to be in P6. You can see Pierre Gasly collides with Carlos Sainz as we saw earlier. But yeah, Esteban Ocon has not pitted. He started on the mediums, so yeah, he started outside the top 10 and he started on the mediums, so that's why he did not pit. He's in P2 right now, I think P2 or P3. He's in a really high position. But now the safety car restart, you can see we're cutting the corner there because I really want to make up this position, but dirty air kicks in. We're doing so bad now, things are getting messed up because it's green flags now. The safety car restart's done, but yeah, we just lose so much time. You can see there's actually a pretty consistent gap ahead because everybody's losing time on this restart. Coming to turn 1, I wanted to brake late, but I thought, let's be cautious. I don't want to get damage. Gap isn't too large ahead, but yeah, I just really want to catch up to Albon because I know I can get P6. It's going to be pretty easy because we're so close to Albon now. But look at that, in braking zone, we make an easy pass. We nearly hit Hamilton. Oh my goodness, that was so crazy how much we closed up in the braking zone. I'm pretty sure that ahead of us there was a Constantina effect and there was so much traffic that they just got held up and they couldn't cope with it. But we closed up so much in the braking zone. You could see how easy that pass was. But I was lucky that I didn't just plow into the back of Hamilton. But yeah, getting a lot of dirty in that final corner, a lot of dirty air. And yeah, we can't make a move on Hamilton just yet. He's in a Mercedes, in a faster car. But still, I did want to make some advancements on Hamilton and kind of pass him. but it's going to be really difficult, especially when you look at the fact that he's in a Mercedes and he's competing with cars that are actually his level. And plus, dirty air is so bad on this game that it just ruins you completely. So that's why we might have some problems with there. But Albon trying to go for a move down the inside. You can see from the proximity arrows on the bottom of your screen, near the bottom of your screen, that Alexander Albon in the Red Bull was trying to make a move on us. You can see that into turn 5. We're gaining on Hamilton. Look at that, turn 9. Sorry, turn 10. We gained so much time on Hamilton, but now we go into hyperdrive because I'm showing you that we're kind of getting close to Hamilton. We haven't passed him yet, but into this final chicane, you can see we're so close. We're remaining in hyperdrive, but yeah, using the overtake mode down this main straight, DRS enabled since it has been 2 laps since the safety car period. But yeah, we couldn't catch up to him, but we're within DRS now. Alexander Albon right behind us. But I'm gonna try and use this braking zone. It doesn't work too much. We do gain on Hamilton, but not as much as I wanted to. You can see that every lap on this corner, I'm showing you footage of this corner because we keep gaining time on Hamilton. But right now, we're under attack from Alexander Albon. Look at that on the straight. He's just passing us like crazy. And yeah, Jeff, not the time for fuel management radio messages. But yeah, I was under attack from Alexander Albon. He could have passed me, but luckily we defended well and we just got better traction. But yeah, coming to lap number 12 now. Albon on the main straight this time, trying to make a move. We're swerving right to left, but there's yellow flags. Oh my goodness, Albon has spun. Alexander Albon in the Red Bull has spun around, trying to overtake us on the main straight, but we shut the door and he spins around. Look at that replay. You can see he was using overtake mode. He was being very aggressive. We were being very aggressive actually, and yeah, he just lost control and he just spun around. You can see this is the onboard. We're gonna look at the TV cam as well. He was just trying to overtake us and then he just lost it and he ended up facing the wrong direction there. Not entirely proud of that. You can see that he does spin, he does get a little bit of damage, and I didn't want to be that aggressive. That's what happened. But Alexander Albon gets disqualified. You can see I just got on the grass because I got so surprised. He actually gets disqualified because he was stationary for so long. Look at that, he just, I don't know what happened, but he just stopped. Look at that, he just got disqualified there because he just, what is he doing? He should put the throttle, he should try to, turn right and get back on track. But yeah, I don't know what happened there. That's really strange. But one lap later, moving on to lap number 13, it's Daniel Ricciardo now, the Renault, straight away making an attack on us, making inroads, but we brake late at turn 1 and turn 2. Be careful on the track there on the curb, but yeah, we just stay ahead of Ricciardo. You can see on the back straight as well, he's just gaining time on us, but we're using this braking zone to our advantage. You can see we gain around 2/10 there. But yeah, every lap on the main straight, I'm just a sitting duck because I have no DRS and I'm losing power on the engine. Put it up into rich mix. You can see my tires getting dirty from the dirty bits of rubber on the side of the track. Braking late again, as per usual. But honestly, I'm kind of really getting tired of this. I just want to be able to have a consistent race, and I don't want to have to keep defending from Ricciardo. But he has DRS. DRS is a huge advantage. 15 kilometers per hour, maybe even 20 kilometers per hour benefit. You can see even in the corners the car's trying to have a go at us. But now the final lap, you can see we're coming on to the final lap. We actually managed to stay ahead of Ricciardo because he couldn't make any attacks on us for a few laps. I just guess I had better pace, but Ricciardo spins. He hits Leclerc. Ricciardo has a massive spin and a massive contact with Leclerc. You can see he hits his front wing or something, but we're gonna look at the replay cameras now. Look at that on board, same thing as Alexander Albon. They're using so much overtake mode that they don't have enough confidence on the traction. You can see he hits Leclerc as well, which is massive problems for the Ferrari and for Daniel Ricciardo. Again, not exactly proud of this one. You can see that I pretty much ruined 2 cars races, and I really didn't want to do that. I think I should be a little less aggressive and a little less, defending my position that much, because I can still play it fairly. But technically that was fair. It wasn't illegal because I didn't get any penalties for that. But yeah, it's the final lap of the race, and there was so much excitement. So last lap drama. Exactly the perfect recipe for a good race. You can see we're hitting tire wear here as well, but that doesn't matter anymore because Bottas wins the Spanish Grand Prix in our My Team career in season 1. You can see we have a good gap ahead of Norris, so there's no problem about that. Yeah, as I said before, Valtteri Bottas wins for Mercedes. Another win for Mercedes this season. You can see Mercedes are doing really well. Lewis Hamilton gets the fastest lap on the Grand Prix on the last lap. We get a bit of oversteer there as we come through the final corner now. McLaren, Renault, Red Bull, Ferrari, they threw everything at us, but we come home to finish in P5 for the Spanish Grand Prix. You can see Jeff doesn't care, that's pretty normal now. But yeah, driver of the day goes to Pierre Gasly now, you can see. But yeah, that was a great race. I mean, we finished in P5, that's amazing. But let's watch the podium ceremony.
A great victory here at the Spanish Grand Prix. And talk to me, what do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it, but there's no question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
Pretty solid race for us. That was really good. You can see that there's some arrow, but yeah, we finish in P5 of P8 from the off the grid. But look at Jordan King, he finishes in P11 after starting in P18. He is this close to the points, so that's really positive from his side. I think that's just a bit of luck, because that's a really strange something happened. I don't know why he's in P11, but I know that he doesn't actually have the pace for that, but still that's really positive. And yeah, I'm really happy with that. But now we advance to a press interview with Claire.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy.
That's a new line in the beginning.
You were cutting your way through the field during the race.
I have to admit the car handled really well this race. I didn't have any issues with understeer, so I'm gonna give credit to the chassis.
Passing all expectations. Can anything or anyone stop you?
As I mentioned earlier in this episode, I'm gonna go ahead and straight away give it the credit to the team. You can see, I think that was a pretty good race, so we had a pretty good press interview as well. But yeah, heading to the rivalry breakdown now. You can see we're doing better than our rival Danny Kvyat. The only thing we're not able to achieve is a podium finish, but I think that's okay. I mean, it's season 1, so podiums are kind of far away right now, but big acclaim boost for both me and Jordan King. You can see we're pretty much equal with Jordan King. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications. This is F1ntastic Gaming.